Why ancient masters taught sexual purity to raise frequency. What if the greatest secret to divine power, mental clarity, and spiritual awakening was hidden in your sexual energy? Today, we explore how Thoth, Hermes Trismegistus, and Jesus Christ all shared one sacred truth. Sexual energy is creative energy, and to access higher dimensions of consciousness, we must learn to honor, protect, and direct it. As the consciousness shift began this year across the entire planet, we are now ready to begin a new life, more mindful, elevated, and aligned. Our bodies are no longer designed for the old world's patterns. To match the new Earth frequency, we must evolve through intention, energy, and habit. Because forming new habits is not just productivity, it's the foundation of awakening your body, mind, and soul to the new timeline. This is not an accident. You were guided here, not by chance, but by something deeper within you calling you to remember. Only those who are ready ever find messages like this. Sexual energy is sacred power. All three masters taught that sexual energy isn't just for pleasure, it's life force. Thoth called it the fire that rises through the spine, warning that when misused, it drains the soul. Hermes Trismegistus wrote that the body must be purified from passions to awaken divine intelligence. Jesus, though more symbolic, often spoke of keeping the body as a temple and transcending fleshly desires. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Matthew 5:8. Real-life example. 1. A man constantly seeking casual sex feels burned out, foggy, and anxious. When he begins a season of celibacy and inner focus, his clarity and energy rise within weeks. Real-life example 2. A woman entangled in an unhealthy relationship keeps repeating emotional cycles. When she steps back and protects her energy, she reconnects with her inner voice, and her external life begins to align. The creative fire, raising Kundalini and inner light. Thoth taught that sexual energy, when mastered, rises as a spiritual current, awakening the pineal gland and opening the soul to higher wisdom. Hermes explained that the lower urges must be transmuted, turned from lust into spiritual fire, from desire into divine will. Jesus mirrored this in his teachings on fasting, denial of the flesh, and focusing on the kingdom within. Be in the world, but not of it. John 17:14. Real-life example. 1. A young man training in martial arts practices abstinence. Over time, he notices stronger focus, intuition, and creative flow, because his vital energy is being preserved, not dispersed. Real-life example 2. A spiritual woman stops engaging in sex during her healing journey. She begins to experience visions in meditation, powerful dreams, and deep emotional release, all signs of energy rising inward. The temple within, body as a vessel for light. Jesus taught, your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. 1 Corinthians 6:19. This echoes Hermes and Thoth, who described the body as a sacred container, not to be abused, but tuned like an instrument. When we waste sexual energy, we leak frequency. But when we honor it, we amplify light. Thoth said, control desire, and the light will fill your being. Real-life example. 1. Someone practicing semen retention or intentional celibacy often finds that their dreams become vivid, creativity surges, and they feel more connected to divine timing. Real-life example 2. A couple chooses conscious abstinence to deepen emotional intimacy and redirect energy into a shared vision. Their bond strengthens and spiritual alignment grows. The path of transmutation, not suppression. None of these masters said sexuality is evil. They said it is powerful. The message wasn't repression, it was redirection. Transmutation is turning raw desire into art, insight, strength, and spiritual access. It's honoring your vessel, not enslaving it to fleeting pleasure. Jesus, Hermes, and Thoth all understood. The same energy that creates life can elevate the soul or trap the soul. Real-life example. 1. A person redirects sexual urges into movement, journaling, and prayer. Over time, they no longer feel enslaved by impulses but empowered by presence. Real-life example 2. Another channels that energy into building a project, business, or creative calling, and notices divine guidance arriving faster, with more flow. This is more than a habit, it's your code. The way we move, eat, breathe, and think must match the energy of what's coming. And what's coming is higher. Align with it, live it, and rise into the timeline where your fullest self is waiting. This is Habit Code, and the next episode starts right now.